Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and I'm here with a new video for you guys. And I want to tell you guys that this video will be talking about the Sonic comics, and this will be a series of videos talking about the IDW Sonic comics to be more specific, and these are the videos that are going to be coming out for a while, unless there are any new announcements from Sega. And well, I'm going to be calling this series Sonic Comics Headquarters, as you saw from the intro. And also, if you guys want a review on a specific issue, check in the description below for the timestamps of each issue. And without further ado, this is my review and thoughts on Sonic the Hedgehog Volume 1, titled Fallout. Issue 1 begins with Sonic fighting bosses from previous games, and it explains how Sonic has fought Eggman time and time again, beating him, and then waits until Eggman attacks again, but he hasn't showed up for a while. And then we flash back to Sonic, who sees a town in trouble and decides to go help them. He helps a few civilians of the town and even makes them feel a lot more happier and secure. Then a Super Badnik shows up and almost destroys him. Then another 3 Super Badniks show up and all 4 of them try to kill Sonic. Then Tails saves Sonic and both of them destroy 3 Super Badniks. But 1 is left, and Sonic tells Tails that he will defeat the last Super Badnik and that Tails destroy the last remaining Badniks that are about to try to escape. So then Sonic destroys the last Super Badnik and Tails destroys the last Badniks with the gate to the town, and Sonic awards him with points for dramatic timing. But Tails interrupts Sonic, admiring himself, telling Sonic that this attack is more coordinated than the ones they have seen before. Sonic then asks if Eggman is back, but Tails explains that if this was Eggman, his attack would be a lot more flashier, and that this was more under the radar and stealthy. So Sonic is going to go investigate who is behind the attack. Sonic asks Tails if he wants to go with him, but Tails decides to go help rebuild the town. Then Sonic is on his way, but a villain is watching. He is preparing an attack, and it involves Sonic and Amy being in the same place with a robot going to destroy a town. And here are my thoughts on issue 1. I believe that for issue 1 to be the beginning of a completely new series of Sonic comics is that this is a great first issue for people starting to read Sonic comics or just comics in general, and it's filled with lots of action and bits of story. But other than that, it's a great issue. And now let's move on to issue 2. So this issue begins with Sonic fighting a huge spider bot. He defeats the spider bot just in time before it destroyed the town, and the townspeople give Sonic many compliments. But then the spider bot is about to get up again until Amy slams her Pico Pico hammer to the spider bot, and it is finally destroyed. Amy and Sonic quickly talk about how the events from issue 1 got around very quickly. Amy then tells Sonic that if he can return to the Resistance to help them destroy Eggman Badniks or robots and help clean up, but Sonic declines the offer and says that it's better if he stays solo and investigates by himself. But then a townsperson tells Sonic and Amy that they're being attacked again. Sonic and Amy realize that the spider bot attack was a distraction, so Amy goes help the town organize an attack while Sonic fought some Badniks. Then the townspeople destroy the first wave of Badniks. Sonic then asks if Knuckles actually commands the Resistance. Amy then tells Sonic that Knuckles does command the Resistance, but she then says, "Who do you think organizes it?" Sonic and Amy then do team combos together. Then Amy tells Sonic how he can do this while working with the Resistance. But Sonic declines the offer, and Amy and Sonic start to argue on why she thinks Sonic should come back. And I like this panel because here it shows how they're having a casual chat while destroying some robots. But then they see a huge enemy dropship dropping, well, enemies of course, and they decide to do a special move together and defeat the enemy dropship. Sonic then tells Amy that he's going to leave and says something that makes Amy fall in love with him, but they both part ways. Then we hear the villain say how he's frustrated with his plan not working, but then Orbot tells the villain that where Sonic is going is a place with a few bad guys that might stop him. And here are my thoughts on issue 2. So this issue is a lot more action oriented than issue 1, but it still continues with the same plot from the previous issue. I also like how Sonic and Amy's chemistry is very good, and in this issue it shows Amy's personality and Sonic's cool factor and speed. And also in the next issue we will be seeing 2 new comic book characters, which will be something interesting to see. But on to the next issue. So this issue begins with us seeing Knuckles completely destroying a huge Eggman robot, and Sonic asks if Knuckles saved any robots for him to destroy, but he didn't. Then Knuckles tells Sonic long time no see. He then asks what brings Sonic to this town. Sonic then says that Amy told him that he was going to a town to investigate an anomaly. And the anomaly of this town is that this is a hub for Wispon distribution, and it hasn't been shipping wisps for a while. So then Knuckles asks the guard from the watchtower that if he can let them in, but the guard says no one is allowed inside the town no matter what. But they decide to go inside anyways. Once they do get inside, they see that everyone is acting very frightened and nervous, and Sonic thinks that something suspicious is going on. So he asks the guard that he can fix any problem that they're having. So the guard then explains how 2 mercenaries decided to help defend the town from Eggman Badniks, but then after they destroyed all the Badniks, they took over the town and have had control over it ever since. Sonic then asks where they can find the mercenaries. The guard then responds to them by saying they are in the supply depot, and so Sonic and Knuckles are on their way. Knuckles then glides into the supply depot and Sonic jumps in. Then Knuckles spots an abundance of wisp capsules, says that these wisps are being hoarded and they're waiting for deployment to battle. But he then spots the mercenaries eating food and taunting the townspeople who were serving them the food. Then Sonic and Knuckles decide to show up and get ready to fight the bad guys, rough and tumble. So then we get an awesome fighting montage sequence, but then the tides turn and Rough and Tumble get their Wispons and are about to destroy Sonic, but then Sonic calls the Wisps and tells them that nobody has to control them, and then the Wisps help defeat Rough and Tumble, and the townspeople get their town back, and Rough and Tumble are arrested and put into jail. And everyone is happy, but then our mystery villain is watching from the shadows and says how his plans will not progress even further, and we see a panel of screens that shows Angel Island and the Master Emerald. Now, my thoughts on this issue. This issue just gets us straight into the action and almost balances action and story, but it's mostly a generic issue, but it's still pretty good, and issue 4 might be the best issue in this entire volume. Now, let's speed read through issue 4. So in this issue, we just jump straight into the action and see a huge buzz bomber in the sky deploying badniks. And so, Sonic makes his way into the town and notices how the resistance isn't aware of this attack happening. But then, he notices someone that is fighting really well using their tail in order to fight back. Then Sonic jumps into the battle and introduces himself to our mystery person, who then says that her name is Tangle the Lemur. She then mentions how they have been having raids for a while, and Sonic says how the badniks have been getting a lot more organized. Then a huge amount of badniks show up with 2 huge moto bugs, and Tangle then asks Sonic if he's okay with fighting half of all the badniks, and he agrees. But then we see this huge fire tornado, but who's controlling it? Well, it's the one and only Blaze the Cat. Sonic then greets her and asks her if she can help him defend this village. She then responds with her saying it would be her pleasure, and Sonic then gives a big thumbs up. So they all fight the badniks and destroy the 2 moto bugs. Blaze then mentions how too many badniks are showing up, and Tangle then says how all the badniks are coming from the Buzz Bomber and has been dropping badniks ever since it has showed up. Sonic asks Blaze if she can fly to the Buzz Bomber, but she says it's way too high for her to reach. Tangle then suggests to her use her tail as a slingshot, and so Sonic and Blaze are shot in the air, and Blaze throws Sonic into the Buzz Bomber, and oh man, Sonic is ready to destroy this place. Then Blaze lights up the Buzz Bomber, and it goes down. We then see Sonic bouncing down back to the surface, and introducing Tangle to Blaze, and Blaze to Tangle. Blaze then mentions how the Soul Emeralds told her to come here, but Sonic then says how she kinda missed helping out in the war, but they kicked Eggman's butt. Tangle then says how the badniks are getting more dangerous, and Blaze says how the Soul Emeralds brought her here for a reason, and she then says she will stay here until her purpose is clear. Tangle and Blaze are on the way to help fix the town. Everyone says their goodbyes, so Sonic decides to take a breather, and he leaves the town. We then see a kid whose wagon is broken, and Eggman says that he will be fixing everything very soon. And now, my thoughts on issue 4. Wow, this issue is amazing. It perfectly balances story and action, and it introduces a new character, Tangle the Lemur, perfectly. There is plenty of action in destroying many badniks, and with the story it introduces a new character in the mix, and also Blaze the Cat shows up. The art is very expressive and good, and shows how these people make Sonic comics so great. And well, these were my thoughts, and now to the conclusion of this video. So, making this video was a very awesome and frustrating experience. I have never made a video that's this big or worked on one for this long. And well, more videos like this will be coming out soon, although videos like this might take a while to come out, maybe a week. And I think that Ian Flynn and all the artists did a great job. If you want to buy this volume, you can buy it on the Amazon link in the description below, and buy it digitally in the IDW app or your digital bookstore. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you want to stick around to the end of the video, I have a scrap intro for the video and news on the next video. But that's all, guys. This is Supersonic Fan 14 signing off.
That red imbecile has done more damage to this village in a few hours than I've done in years with my ingenious work.
No TV today. I'm gonna try something different today.
Oh, comic book.
Well, I'm gonna go get something to eat real quick. Alright, I'm gonna get a really quick soda here. I'm gonna eat my sandwich too.